Do you like puzzles? Do you like playing a game that actually challenges you in a way that makes you not realize that you're being challenged? This is actually really weird to me. I wasn't actually a fan of it at first, but it kind of grew on me. Hey guys, this is Brax.
And this is Moriarty.
And today we're looking at Orbox C. I'll be honest, the first few seconds that I played this, it reminded me of a Pokemon gym. Have you ever played Pokemon?
No, of course not.
Well, you probably won't understand it at all, and I'm not surprised that you will not understand it. But to be more specific, what it reminded me of in the first two levels was the ice gyms. In the ice gyms, you have to hit blocks, and then you have to move left in a certain way, and something will block you. You have to go down, then you have to go right. There are certain things that will spin you around on the actual map. This reminded me of that a lot, and I was highly disappointed in the first few levels. But what's crazy about the game is the fact that it does become more difficult, and on easy, I think I ran through 27 levels in around 4 minutes, which to me was not very good.
Just watching the first few minutes of the footage here, I'm able to already grasp the gameplay, and that's really good, because when we see these kind of puzzle games, a lot of them try to go and be too witty and too different, and this, it's different, but you can pick up on it and you know what you're doing pretty immediately, which I think is great. It's obvious that they have a couple of different methods of doing it, whether it be getting all the gems or making it to the end, but ultimately it's always the same sort of thing, which is very clearly that you send the box to the edge. It always goes in one direction. There's no moving it. I think that's great. Super
Is
neat.
that good though? I don't think it's that great. I think it was overly simplified, but that's why I want to talk more about the difficulty curve again, because once you get to the end of the first stage, like level 30 of easy, and then I went to normal and it got super hard and I had to quit because I suck at games. But before that, it even gets more difficult in the sense that yes, your objective is to get the box to the hole, but it also includes things like bombs, where you have 10 seconds to get to the hole, but there's 10 bombs that surround you. And every time that you hit a bomb, you have to hurry, and then you hit another bomb, and then you hit another bomb. But each one of these bombs are ticking down. So the first bomb that you hit may already be at 5 seconds by the time you hit the fourth bomb. And these bombs don't cause any harm to you, the player, but you have a limited amount of time to get where you need to go. You also have things like these sliders that will throw you around the map. You have teleport holes, where if you hit this hole, it will teleport you there. And it incorporated the ice blocks as well in a more pristine fashion by the end of it, where you can hit an ice block, but you can only hit it once. Basically, you can use it to stop you. And still,
Sure.
You have to find the hole, though. That's the thing. They incorporate difficulty into it, and I like that.
No, it seems like a very neat game.
It's neat. That's what it is. It's neat. Is it revolutionary? Not really. Is it fun? Yes. Is it something that I would recommend that you could play for hours and hours? Not really. But the one thing that they are doing that makes it playable for an extended period of time is that it gets progressively more difficult. But that's good for the player to start out because it's so easy for 5 levels. Then you get to level 10, it's a little more difficult. Level 15, a little more difficult. And by the time you get to the end of that stage, it's pretty damn hard. And then you move up to a whole nother set of puzzles. So I could only imagine if you were to play this on extreme mode or genius mode, how difficult these puzzles would become. It even tells you on the timer how long you spent doing that level, and sometimes it might say 12 seconds, but that's for the easy stuff. And that takes literally 16 clicks on your keyboard. If this were the most difficult thing on the game, I'm thinking you would be clicking 100, 200 times maybe, just to finally get to that hole, and then it would turn into chess. Thinking 10 steps ahead of what you're doing.
Sure.
It's a really interesting little game. Would you be interested in it? Would you buy it, Moriarty?
Well, it's a $3 game. I think that $3 for a puzzle game is pretty good price, personally, and it's actually an interesting puzzle game. I'm not saying it's, again, as you said, the most revolutionary thing ever, but it is interesting. I could see myself wasting some time, an hour or so, when I'm just kind of bored playing a game like this.
Absolutely. Think about the old days when people would play Solitaire or Free Cell or Minesweeper on their computers, on their PCs. Well, you know, this is like that, except it's way more difficult and it's a lot cooler in my opinion. So for $3, I don't think they're asking much. So for me, sure, give it a try. If you are into mind teasers, into brain teasers, I think this will be really great.
It looks like fun to me. And again, for $3, you really can't go wrong. I've paid a lot more than that for games that don't give you an hour worth of fun.
Right, and I've reviewed some PS4 games that are puzzlers like this as well, that they are charging $10 for just because they're on the PSN store. This thing's only $3. It's $3. Think about it like this. If you're at work and your boss isn't looking and you want to do something on your computer that isn't work related, well, you could hide this very easily and have some fun to pass the time.
So you're recommending that people use this to avoid doing work?
Absolutely. Just like people have used Solitaire and Free Cell and whatever else it's offered packaged with your computer when it comes at work. Sure, absolutely. No one likes doing work. I think this would be a good supplement and a good replacement. So yeah, $3, I'd say do it. So that is Orbox C. There's not a lot to say, but there's some good things to say. And I think it's worth checking out if you're into this sort of thing, if you like puzzlers. Check it out on Steam. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to watch another one of our videos. This has been Brax.
And this is Moriarty.
And we'll see you on the next one.